Hello there, Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. Let's have another thrilling instalment on the Milwaukee 8 Rigid. Folks, so while the radio's not playing music, I hope the chitter chatter in the background's not too loud for you. We're on to scalloping, aren't we? We're on to fitting tubes, like. So I've already shaped the end of this U wheel. There we go, this U, and these will need this kind of action. I'll probably put a plate in as well, a little gusset or something, not sure. These are the ones that always fucking proper rinse me out, like, because there's a compound. We've got this and we've got this, so they're the ones that I always fucking stutter on, if you like. I'm thinking, you thought I'd know by now, wouldn't you? But anyway, basically what I do is imagine this shape, this big round shape, pushing its way into that, and where would it come? Yeah, mark it up where it'll come. That's it. It's that simple. They need to go back a little bit, I think. Maybe back a little bit, which means I need to move this out of the way, which is no problem. But I'll get marking and cutting and sanding, and I probably won't film me doing that because you've seen me cut and sand and fucking do that shit. But here we go. So after much cutting and fettling, yeah, we've got, fucking move that out of the way. We've got a nice fit on there. We've got it trimmed up to fit here. So I'm going to call that one golden. Now, what we need to do, obviously, is copy it with its fucking co-part, so that sits just as nice and in the right position. It's got to go back a bit. You know, we've got to cut this corner off, haven't we? So it meets this U in a nice way. So there you go. That's just took me about fucking half an hour. And it was, like I said, I don't like doing this. I'm pain in the, you know. What I'll do, I'll get a couple of good tacks on it and I'll roll this over because I will. Happy days, probably. Or I could just nibble a bit more out of it. Look, if I close that gap up, if I take a bit out of there, that gap will close up. And take a bit out of there, that gap will close. Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking do it, eh? Hey, quick update while the adverts are on. So we've got the bottom cradle in a situ. They're redundant. I'll finish with them, look. So we're all tacked up. Right. Tacked in there and there and up the top here. Tacked up. Everybody's happy. Sorted. So what I need to do now is look at putting a piece in there, getting the seat rails dropped in, which are over on the bench, and then I'll have a cross member and an upright, and we can get on with the engine mount. So fucking all systems go. I know on video this part of the process because I don't film myself cutting and grinding and fucking about and scalloping, making these shapes fit. Like, I don't bother filming that because I think you'd be bored. But that's taken me about an hour, just over an hour, to shape around the headstock, trim the backs off and tack it up. So I know it looks about 3 minutes on the video, don't it? It's just bish bash bosh. There you go. Such is life, like, you know. It's all right. It's nice and steady. I used to, like I say, these ones fucking do me head in because there's so much going on. I find it stressful. I don't want to fuck it up, like, but once they're in, it's fucking, I can relax a bit more and just enjoy the process, man. So we'll get these fucking chunky monkeys in. I'm thinking about that. Something like that, look. Cut the end off. Cut that off at that angle. Shove it in. Hey? Easy, innit? Charge play. Don't forget, folks, our Fuck Stock stickers are now available in our Etsy store. Link in the description below. Fuck Stock, you know it makes sense. Here we go, look. Got the seat rails are now in. Happy days. I'm just looking at this upright. There's going to be an upright in here somewhere. I'm going to measure back from here up to 14 inches from the spindle. That is furthermost point forward, and put a cross piece in, and that'll mark an inch in front of the tyre, like when the wheel's right forward. Same as this one does. This is about 14. Near as fuck it is to swear in. So we'll do that, and then we'll look at this upright and this across piece. And I've spoke to Andy. We're going to pick up on those. I knew we needed to do it, but I've just confirmed that that's what we're going with. So I'm going to have a piece in here, something like that, and then maybe it'll do this in here. Maybe that'll bolt on, don't know. Got to think about getting the engine out of the frame as well, like, so that needs to be a thing. You need to be able to get the lump out, don't you? Righto. So just turn the welder off. That's me. It was a short shift today because I've got appointments, but hey, yeah. So we've got the rails in, we've got the seat rails in, we've got a cross piece in, we've got the two uprights in. I'm going to put a brace of, sorry, I'm not filming it very well. I'm going to have a brace of solid steel in there. I want to make it sound like solid steel. I'm going to have a brace in there. And then we're going to triangulate mountings. This front one, I've not put a tube in, and I'm not going to. I'm going to have a big fuck off bit of plate that stretches across this. So this is the theory is, right, these Milwaukee 8s were designed to be in rubber mounted frames, and we're fucking that all off and putting it in one of my rigid frames, which is a bit of a stretch like. So when it comes to engine mountings, we need to do it balanced best we can. We're going to shout at the back one. We're going to Isambard Kingdom Brunel the back one. That'll be like the fourth bridge. We're going to be assertive with the front one. That's not going to be as much of a shout, but it'll certainly be stout. And when it comes to the head steady, we don't want it snapping these off the head. I'm not saying it will, and I'm not saying I'm responsible if it does, because, you know, I just build custom frames. I didn't design the engine or anything like that. But this is going to be firmer, fucking rock hard, tougher than a minibus full of Millwall fans coming back from an away day defeat. Yeah. Righto, chaps. Now we're on with the fucking beefing it up, like. So we've got those in, and we've got a brace in, look. And what I'm proposing is a solid bar through, 3/4 this is, a VN8, so it's nice sturdy stuff. And I'll weld it, I'll fix it to a plate that's going to be here, and that's going to be bolted from this side because of the drive chain. You know, I don't want to get it in the way of the chain. So I'll push on from this side and then be bolted in a couple of places. And on the other end, we'll have a thread. We'll have whatever thread I cut on it, M14 or M12 or something like. Don't have to be fucking 3/4. And then we'll have another plate, another triangle plate that will be bolted onto this side of this. So you push that through. You push that through. Do the bolts up on the inside from here, and then you put the plate on. Do these bolts up and do the nut up, and then that'll be the back fucking way. Yeah. I think that's the way to go, and then we'll look at the front. So what I'll do, I'll get my CAD out, get my cardboard aided design on the go, and we will look at cutting plate and making this into a fixing bolt. Righto, so with a former, 1.25 inches to get the shapes, and a ruler and some guesstimation. We've got a CAD, got a cardboard aided design engine plate that's going to sit kind of like that. So it'll give us a straight line across here and bolt up from the other side with that solid 3/4 E&8 running through to a nut on that end. With the same, I'm not going to make this one longer and bolt on the end. I'm going to just use the same, two of the same line. I reckon that'll be peachy. So now I need to come over to my stockpile and decide on the thickness of the plate. Obviously we're not going to use sheet like 1.2, 1.6. I think that this 10mm a bit OTT. There's a nice bit of 1/4 here, which I'm not sure either. So I think that's 12mm actually, looking at it, or 1/2 inch. So maybe this one, we'll see. I'll source some materials from my pile and go from there. I've decided to make the fixed, if you like, the one with the through bolt welded to it out of a piece of this 10mm. That's a nice little piece, isn't it, to keep? I'm not sure how creative I can get with the bandsaw when it comes to making the rest of the cuts. So I can trim the ends off, I reckon. Ooh, not filming it very well. Don't think I'm going to get that particularly well. We'll see. Failing that, I just use a cutting fucking disc and chew that out and then make one. I'm going to make one out of thinner stuff, 6mm that bolts on, I reckon. Actually, it's going okay. Getting that long cut. So, happy days on that one. Fuck it. I'd like to fit a 12mm. I'm either going to make one out of 12mm and one out of 10, or I'm going to machine this down to 10. Not sure which, to be fair, like. I think I might do it in 12. Then I can drill it and tap it. So I've not got to have nuts or anything on the back edge, like. So, not sure. We're thinking on our feet, aren't we? This is seat of the pants engineering. So, I've never seen anyone do one of these Milwaukee 8s in a fucking rigid frame. So we're making it work as we go. Okay, so we've got the roughed out 12mm plate. We've used the parallel to get this line parallel with this, so it's square, and we're just going to use this roughing end mill to cut our way through it, basically. So it's a case of screaming if you want to go faster. We'll let that chew its way through. Should make short work of it. We'll go around all three sides and then we'll look at drilling and tapping the holes, and then we can make the stub spindle, I'm going to call it, that goes through the back of the engine. So with those plates cut and marked up for drilling, we can proceed with the old Bridgeport, and let's see if it'll feed this 16mm drill into this okay. Now I've already started it with a centre drill just to get the show on the road, and we're going to be putting, fucking it's a squealer, isn't it? Hold on. We're going to be putting a 16mm thread on the end of that stub axle spindle thing, stub bolt, I don't know what to fucking call it. So we need a 16mm hole in this light, don't we? And then once that gets through, come on, through it comes like that. We then need two 13s and one somewhere in the middle that I've marked to lighten it up a bit, like, 'cause it's a bit of a chunk without. So sorted. Right, so we have this engine bolt with its plate, needs welding, which I'll do once it's all in place. And then we have the lighter one for the other side. You know, have a big fuck off M16 nut on the end, and they're going to fit in here. So what I need to do is spin up 4 bits of 25mm diameter steel with an M10 thread up its bum. So I've got this here, this is 30mm, and we'll trim that down to 25, and then we'll drill and tap it M10, and we'll part off pieces that correspond to my estimated lengths on the job light. Righto, so I just want to give a quick shout out to Barney Boo if you're watching, Charlotte. What I've done is face that off. I'm going to take a quick clean up pass. Oh, just change my feeding speed. And then I can set my digital readout to the size it is. So bear with. Quick pass. I know I was wrong. I need 2 M10 clearance and 2 M10 thread. So that's 28.26. So X is 28.26. Enter. We want it to be 25. So we'll take the change off. We'll go down to 28. Which is there. And away she goes, Captain. Bit of lube, because that's what separates us from the animals. And ow, bastard! Fucking hell, it's red hot. So bear with. I've just got burnt by a chip. Bless me. I'll get this down to size. Fucking bastard! I've just had a chip go down me fucking front of me shirt. And then roll down my chest all the way to my fucking waistline. Red hot. I've taken a bit of advice off Maxi at Swan Valley Machine Shop, and he usually tips you going hard like. So a nice depth to cut, and don't fuck about with the feed. And as you can see, hopefully, yeah, the finish you get is fucking cracking. That's nice. It's hot like, but it's nice finish. So what do I need? I need 2 at 40mm with M10 clearance and 2 at 30mm with a M10 thread. So 40mm plus the thing is not enough, look. So we'll get 1 out of that, part it off, and then go again. So I'll move him around. Oh, look at this fucker. Look, anyone spot what's wrong with this chuck key? The fuck? What the fuck? Right, so going with the centre drill, as always, get things started. And my usual pilot drill is 10mm clearance, so we'll be golden there, like. We'll just switch out to that now. And we want 40mm, don't we? So I'll take that in 43, and that'll allow for the parting off blade. Like that, so that's down to depth. Happy days, move that out of the way. We're in with a cut off, with a parting blade, so slow things down a bit. And touch off on there, look, like that. And then go 43mm along. Which is there. I'm just going to lock my cross slide, well, my saddle. Bear with. And now we can get that a cut in. So I'll get that started. And then if I can find my fucking file. Not my fucking file, it's like my shitting out. I don't have a file that I use for that. to be fair. Yeah. But I do have lube. Right, get his potted off. So we need to face off the cut edge, which I've cut it, and give the hole a little bit of a countersink, like, just to dress it up a bit. So we'll just touch off on that when I've done it. So there she blows, look. Boosh, one off. And we're ready to do the other one, which is just a repeat of this one, like. Righto, so in we come with the countersink bit. We'll break that, look, break that edge. Ooh, bit more. Like that. And we'll give it a quick face up. Should face it up first, really. But hey ho. And there we go, Bob's your answer. Righto, so with those made, we're over at the mill and we're using my baby fly cutter to give us a bit of relief, because they need to sit around the tube, the upright, they need to wrap around it a bit, like. So I've done that one and we've gone 4.5mm in from touching off, which I've just touched off on that. So we'll get on and machine that out. So, fucking hell, I got a Frenchman in my throat. So, on the second one, we're currently at 2mm. We need to keep moving it that way every cut, 0.5mm or 20 thou, and we'll stop when we get to 4.5mm. So, this cut marks 2.5mm, just there. And like I say, we'll just keep chipping away at it. Righto, with those fucking scallops on the milling machine, we're back on the lathe. This is the shaft that runs through, and I need to turn this down to 16mm in order to cut an M16 thread. I think, let me double check, look. This big bastard is M16 by 2. So yeah. Let's get on it. So I've already faced the end off and I'm going to give it a quick clean up and just double check my size. My DRO reads 18.12, which I know is a bit random, but a number's a fucking number. People get hung up on, why don't you make it 18 bang on? Because I've not, and it don't really matter. And that says 18.33, look, 18.32, so 22. Yeah, 18.22. So I changed my digital readout. And now we'll get rid of that change. We'll take it down to 17.5, which is there, 17.5. And down to, I've given myself a pen line that I'm working down to. And that's going to be near enough is good enough, and we'll take it down with another cut to 16mm, like so. So that's my final size. We'll take that all the way down to the end. Now just whack a chamfer on like that before we get ready to run the die down it. Here's my setup for running this die down. I've got an extension in my tailstock that's pushing the die flat against the job, and I've got a boring bar poking out that's stopping this from clouting it, like. So what I'm then going to do is apply pressure with my tailstock, if I can, hold on, bear with, like that, and look at turning this with me chuck key in corresponding fashion, and that should get us started nicely. Should. It's not quite true. Bear with, I'm going to rejiggle my configuration because, yeah, look, that's on the piss in there, look. Don't quite fit right. Have another go. I've changed that to me die holder, not that it's got the die in it, but just as a spacer, so that hopefully this will start in true fashion. Look, so by applying pressure and turning the chuck, which is not fucking easy to be fair, we should, there we go, it's starting to take it off me. Look, here, it's starting to form a gap, so just go back a bit, come forward like so. So I'll work my way as best I can. Just tighten that up a bit more. I think it's slipping. There we go. So now I'm going to take a chance, and see if we can't creep it on with the clutch. See if it'll just look like this, look. Just like this, look. There we go, that's locked up now. So we'll back that off if we can, and see what we can work out. Yeah, we just needed to back it off and have another run at it and slow things down a little bit, look. And I've got my hand on here like it's going to make the slightest fucking bit of difference. It's not. I'm just going to creep it up with the clutch, look, to the end, like that. And now fuck everything off out of the way and reverse it, touching against the bed, look. Come on, like fucking so. And that, after a quick defluff, he makes it, will be one M16 thread on the end of that shaft. Righto, so we machined the matching, the corresponding threaded doofers, and we scalloped with the milling machine just the same as the other one, and we've made a chrome that's actually fucking hydraulic rod. It's a hard chrome fucking spacer to get this kicked out like off the frame, and we've nipped up and tightened. I've not tightened that, obviously, it's a yawning gap, but we've clamped it up. So we're ready to get a tack on here on this fucking stub spindly thing and tack the bosses on the frame, and then that rear mount will be fucking dunded. And here she is, tacked into place with a bolt tightened up. So in practice, when you mount the engine, you will, none of this will be on here like, so undo those two bolts, that nut, this will come off, undo those two bolts, that will go off. I'm hoping I've left enough fucking room to get the bolts out. Yeah, hey, that'll be the one, won't it? The bolts are too fucking long, I just have to put some in that aren't too long. Yeah, I never thought about that. I'll check that, but I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be absolutely fucking peachy, and your job's a good one. So that's, now we need to work out how to do the fronts and the edge steader and this bit like, and then it's just a good weld up in the frame, will be done. Yeah, so there you go. Join me on the next one to see how we get on. It just leaves me, as always, to thank you for watching. Check out all the shit in the description below, the merchandise, the stickers, joining, supporting the channel, all that groovy shit. And if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and a sub. I'll catch you on the next one. Big love, everyone. See you soon.